Hopefully my microphone's working. So going for all of that. So how's everybody this morning? Making sure everything's clear. Had to grab a quick breakfast. We went out and ran errands this morning. Get some stuff done. Got it all done. Yeah. Hang on a second. I'm going to post a thing here. I don't know how to do a questionnaire thing. I thought I was able to do a questionnaire on here, but I guess I'm not. Let's see. I'll just ask the question. So it's today. Today is the day. Yeah, it just says I can go to the channel, I can pin the message. But I guess in YouTube I can't just ask a question and do a quiz thing. I thought I could, but not so. Anybody here? It's kind of a weird tune, but I like it. It's kind of like my opening in a way. I need to get an opening song though. I really do. There's some really good opening songs out there. I want to try and get a good one. It doesn't have to be a song, just a piece of music. There's a couple of artists out there. I might reach out to them and see if I can get one. So far, I see people, but nobody's saying hi. So I'll say hi to all of you. Thanks for being here. A couple of people I know that like to watch, but they don't like to say anything, and that's fine. I, that's if you read the title to my thing today, it's about you. So I've got a couple things I can talk about today, but uh, I want to make today about you and your thoughts and your questions and your experiences, especially the funny ones. Um, yeah, yeah, about you. So as soon as I get some people on here that want to talk, otherwise, my pinned question to you, and I have some people that are not in the States. So this question does not apply to you. uh, I know I can get away with this because Gordon around gets away with it. Grapes. Just have a couple. So anything at all you want to talk about today? And yes, a couple people that didn't want to talk about or hear about you. That's all right. I do have a couple things that if it says I got a couple people in there, you probably don't want to give me a thumbs up to see if my sound's working. But I think my sound's working. I think it was working on when I went in my phone. I think it's all right. I do think it's all right. So if I go back in there, I think I'll hear myself here. Yep, I do. I do. I have a microphone. So, okay, Tuesday morning, and we're starting out a little slow this morning. Oh, I don't hear music though. Well, I don't hear music because there's none playing. Ah, it won't play and let me listen to it. Oh well. Oh, I see. Okay. The people who came in didn't want to talk. West Texas. Do I have my glasses? I don't have my glasses. I may have to go get them. How's it going, West Texas? Two more. Did you vote today, West Texas? Or yeah, I guess stellar. How's it going? Price of metals is still up. That's good news, right? As long as the price stays up or goes up, that's good news for us, right? So that is exciting news because we're always waiting for the other shoe to drop. So did we. Yeah, that's the earlier you go in the morning, though, The earlier you go in the morning, the better. Well, yeah, if the price is up and you're buying, that's not good. If you're selling, that's excellent, right? I don't buy a lot. I find some and I sell some and I hold on to some. Uh, were they from California, Stellar? Because I have heard that a lot of people have moved out of California, mostly going to Texas and Florida. Yep, the shelves empty a lot faster when natural disaster things start appearing in the media too. You know, like lots of rain or lots of earthquake warnings and tornado warnings and all that kind of stuff. People start stocking up on toilet paper and paper towels and water and then I noticed that there's only on the shelves there's like lots of one-offs, lots of things there's only one of instead of six or eight or ten. Instead of a whole case there's only one or two of the item. True, true. So don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Let me know that you were here. There's been a few people that came in and didn't hit the thumbs up. They didn't stick around. So before you leave, hit the thumbs up. Oh, you all are subscribed to me already. I'm pretty sure. It's good to see you here this morning. Nice to see people that don't mind hanging out with me. I wish I had the quiz thing that I could put up there so that I could ask people and they don't have to say anything on here that they voted or not. But they could just punch it in anonymously that they voted. So remember, this is about you guys mostly. I've got a couple things. One of them is the voting thing. I just want to stress how important it is to have your say in what's going on, because that's what the republic is all about, right? You have your say, and we all have the right to say something, right? And Thanks for the thumbs up, guys. Keep me going. There's another thing that I wanted to talk about today. And I think that if you are a hunter, um, even if you're not a hunter, a magnet fisher or a metal detector or a um, coin roll hunters, you probably could use one of these things. But I don't know whether I should show you the brand or not. But have you ever seen one of these? I just wanted to recommend one of these for your car because um, if you've been driving for a few years, you probably carry a set of jumper cables in your car, and which aren't the best thing anymore because the way the cars are, you can blow fuses and all kinds of shorts can happen because of the computer and everything. It's not really great to uh, charge your car from a jumper cable. Yeah, it's a portable jump box, and it's a lot of other things too. I mean, it has a light, so it has a really nice light. So if you are in a jam, and think even has a flashing light for emergencies. So and has different. When you turn on the flashlight, it's got dim, dim, and dimmer, and then the flashing, and then a really bright flashing. So uh, that's very helpful and really cranks good. Hey Tonka, hola amigo, ¿cómo está de Chile? Hey Jocko, how are you all the way over across the pond there? Both of you a ways away. Thanks for coming in and saying hi. Nice to see you. Anyway, I recommend something like this. I they're a little bit pricey. It's a couple $100 for one of these, but uh, if you ever have problems, especially like in cold weather or something, there's a lot of you guys that are out there in cold weather. You might need a few cranking amps. This will help out a lot. There's a lot of good things about having one of these. You can stop and help somebody along the road. You don't have to go and get a cable and get maneuvered in just the right way and you know hook it up. You just take this out and help them out. Good. I'm glad you're getting better every day. I hope you're not haven't been real ill too. That not a cool thing to be ill. I know that's for me being ill. Is out of the question. I've been under the weather and incapacitated for years at a time, and I can empathize with any of you all that have had anything that puts you down. So, my prayers to you are that you stay healthy and wise. Can't do anything about wealthy, but you know, I'm praying for more wisdom all the time because my wisdom seems to be off somehow sometimes. Turkey. Oh yeah, I bet it was handy during the hurricane. Yeah, you can charge your phones with it, and yeah, that too. You can keep your devices up and running, and it holds a charge for quite a while, and will charge quite a bit. So my information thing on here, though, I wonder if I have to turn it on. Yeah, my information says it's full. Yep. Got to keep them full though for emergencies. I just had a problem. Uh, we left our lights on, and I tried to use this, and it didn't get charged from the last time I used it. So it still had juice, but not enough juice to bring a dead battery to life. But now it's fully charged, and I put my trickle charger on the battery and got it back up to charge, so it's all right. Hey, bad idea, lad. How are you, brother? Peace. Hope you guys are all in good spirits today. Uh, the oops, the power output is. Oh, now you're gonna make me go get my glasses, aren't you? Um, Hang on a second. Let me get my glasses. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. I left my glasses there. Okay, power output on this one is 12 volt, 12.8 volts, 15 amps. And clamp output is 12 volts, 2000 amp max. And polarity, no, you don't need to know that. Operating temp, minus 20 degrees Celsius to 50 degrees Celsius. So if it gets any hotter than 50 degrees Celsius, it might not operate. And if it gets lower than minus 20 degrees Celsius, that's quite cold, isn't it? Minus 20 degrees Celsius. Hey, Dimebag. And Coining Around. How you guys doing today? We're just talking about a portable uh, output. So if you have a problem ever, you got juice. Gregory Freeman, how are you today, buddy? Thank you guys for coming in. Watch. This is about you guys, so anything you guys want to talk about, we're going to talk about. Yeah, that's Arctic temps. So this is a pretty good model. Generally, um, when you go for these things, you don't want to go for the real cheapies. You want to go with a good model because you want it to be helpful when you need it, right? Well, this one would have been helpful even with a low charge on it. Had my battery not been completely dead. Good to have you guys in. So that's what we were talking about, one of the things. And the other thing is, today is voting day. And just, you don't have to tell me that you voted or not. Hey, Walker, how you doing? But, you know, I think it's important to go have your say, to your input, you know, no matter what. And it's important that you go and do it unless you're physically unable to do it. So back to this. This thing really does well, you know. So like I said, I used to carry jumper cables. I think I still have a pair of jumper cables in my car. I believe I do in both cars. I have jumper cables. I haven't taken them out yet. And I only have one of these, so we have to switch it from car to car if we're going to be in one or the other. And so I just wanted to recommend one of these, especially if you're out and about all the time, like I am. And we go out and we want to feel safe. And we also have another thing that I would recommend to anybody that's worth the money is a roadside card. You know, whether you get it from AAA or somebody else, there are roadside cars out there. I think those warranty companies that warranty your car, you know, that they have free towing and stuff like that. So I recommend those type things if you're out and about all the time because uh, they're well worth the money uh, if you are on the move. Yeah, yeah. Anything under a couple $100 would be risky on one of these. Oh, you're trying to get her registered? New Miss Maniac, how are you today? Thank you guys for being here today. Oh yeah, one tow. They would charge you to go like 10 miles. They would charge you enough for the card. So these are my personal recommendations. So if you know, yeah, we have been, well, I started with AAA when I was 16, um, lost it, and had to go to another insurance company that just really ridiculous. But then when we got married, went back on AAA, and I think my wife has been with AAA ever since she started driving. So, uh, Rusted Pioneering. We have a new person in the chat. Everybody say hi to Rusted Pioneering. Rested, I'm still doing this right now. I'm giving everybody a wrench so that if there's somebody here that you don't know and you would like to go and check out, then you can do that, and everybody that has one can check your channel out. Rusted Pioneering suggests that you're a treasure hunter. So yeah, Walker, I can handle a lot of things too, but when it comes to just getting started out, I wouldn't have to, if by getting one of these, you don't have to call AAA to charge your battery to jump you. Um, and you should never run out of gas. But uh, sometimes there's other reasons, other than jumping or gas, changing a tire. You have to get towed in. Like my starter went out, and there's nothing I can do about that. I'm not going to change the starter out on the road, right? All right, nice. 10 for gold on Vancouver Island. Excuse me. um, very nice, Rusted. I think I already got you. I'm going to check, make sure that I do. Let's see. Of course I do. All right. John P., good morning. Thank you guys for coming in. Don't forget to hit that like. Looks like every one of you have. That's outstanding. Outstanding. Thank you so much. Remember, today is about you. So if you've got something you want to say, something you want to relate, please do, because I only had two things that I wanted to talk about today. And that was first, if you're in the States, vote. Have your say. Tell them about it. No matter what, no matter what, go and vote if you're physically able. If you're physically able to go vote, make the time. If you're working, they're going to give you the time off to vote. No, they won't. They probably won't. But you can do it before or after or during lunch. Good morning, Crystal. Thank you all for coming in and saying hi. I really appreciate it. So back to this. People coming in all the time. I'm not advertising a brand. I'm just advertising the idea. If you're out there and you're a treasure hunter, if you are an adventurer like me, you should have one of these. These are well worth the money, and and or not and or but and a a roadside card of some kind that will, a good one that'll help you in times of need. So that was my two topics that I wanted to relay to you guys today. So Jacko and Numismaniac have been under the weather. Hey, Sunfish. Good morning. How's it going? Allergies. Oh no. Allergies make you a little bit testy, do they, Sunfish? they got they can't kick your butt. You gotta get up and do something about that. Get some Benadryl's good for allergies, right? I don't know. I don't have allergies, so I've got a lot of other things. There's so many other things, but I am very lucky I don't have allergies because that would drive me crazy if I was going to go out into the world. And, I used to have this book. This is something that I would recommend too. And I think we bought a couple of them and we loaned one out and then gave one away, I think. It's called Herbs and Things, and it's all what they used to call witch remedies. You that the ladies that were trying to heal people that they called witches. They these are all those type of remedies, the natural remedies, or before pharmaceuticals. Let's put it that way, before pharmaceuticals. And that book had a lot of stuff in it. Like if you have congestion, really bad congestion, like asthma and stuff, just chew a clove of garlic, and man, does it work! I've I've done it every time I get congested. I use that just to pull off a clove of garlic off a bunch and pop it in your mouth and chew it up. Now it's spicy and it's not gonna make everybody feel happy about the spice, but it's going to clear up your congestion. But you got to chew it raw. You can't take like garlic powder. Nah. Honey uh, is good for. Uh, I didn't know it helped with allergies, but I do know that it's an antibiotic, and it is. I just saw somebody put on Instagram that if you feed a teaspoon of honey to your dog, if they're itching and scratching and rubbing their face on the floor and scooting around all over the place trying to get their face scratched and everything, and if they have indigestion, you can use honey. So honey is a natural item that you don't want to get the processed kind. You want to get the raw honey too. But you know what? With allergies, I bet if I'm just putting two and two together here. If you get local honey in the area that you have the allergies, then I bet that's even better because they say that coconut oil and honey. Well, that dog be eating good, huh? So, how many people here have a dog? I don't happen to have a dog. I just my daughter has a dog that we babysit every once in, or dog sit every once in a while. How many of you guys have a dog? Give me a thumbs up if you have a dog. Yeah, chewing tobacco um, is really good to deworm dogs. I used to give chewing tobacco to dogs to deworm them. Are you using the autocorrect again there, Sunfish? Or just fat fingers like I've got? Those little. How can people use their thumbs? I have trouble using my fingers and typing straight, and they're using their thumbs, and they're just going all over the place typing. Just man, I've seen people. They sound like a real typewriter. T-Rat! Roar! Good morning. Well, we had a few people in here, and I know it goes up and down all the time. And I'm not hunting or doing anything real interesting today. This is about you guys. Uh, I was hoping that by putting "It's About You" up there, the people that would come in would stay because they wanted to talk about themselves. But I just can't see people using their thumbs because they're bigger. I don't care who you are, your thumbs are bigger than your fingers, right? Oh, look at that arthritis is acting up again. Can't even straighten out my finger. Hey, hey, did you see that guy on? Uh, I know my fingers kind of curl back a little bit, and I bet everybody's do. You know, you can put your knuckles down like that and raise your fingers, even if you have arthritis. You can pull them up. But this guy could actually turn his hand over and pick up an apple with his fingers. They were so limber, and I, it was really weird to see. Yeah, glad I'm not really showing anything today because you guys that are on your phone, you can't see the little bitty picture. uh, wow, I just went, pew, took a nosedive. It's interesting to watch the numbers up there. It looks like you guys are all hitting the thumbs up. The ones that left already seems like they've hit the thumbs up. That's really cool. I like to know how many people were here. You know, I take a picture. Let me see if I can pull that up. I take a picture of my uh, results. Oh, maybe I got rid of them all already. Just to compare them. And I don't know whether you guys look at those results or not. It doesn't look like I have any on here right now. I took them off because I was through with them. Yeah, I don't think I. Oh, no. Wait a minute. Maybe I'm searching the wrong place. Maybe. Yeah, I guess I took them all off. That's rude to even bring that up if I took them all off. Anyway, after your stream's over on YouTube, they give you an analysis of what is there. And I usually take a picture and compare it. Sometimes when I am finished here, I'll have, like right now, I think I have 16 or 17 likes, which cool, very cool, thank you. I'm always trying to get over 20. That's my goal every day. If I hit 20, I want to get over 30. If I hit 30, I want to get over 40, right? That's the way everybody is, right? 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 So, anyway, you know what? I've got something here. Let me check it out. What? Why isn't it letting me edit? Goodness. Okay. I probably have to turn down my. Yeah. Yep. Yep. If you guys, oh, you can't see it. Still, it's gonna load. on me? I don't know whether you guys can see it now. Yeah, there you go. So that's an unopened Empire Strikes Back VHS. And the last one of that quality that was reported sold for $5,000. And I think I'm going to put that up for sale. So if you know any Star Wars collectors out there, that's all I wanted to say. So where am I? Back to it. So anyway, while I was doing that, thanks, Gregory. Well, it's really good to know. So everybody's hitting the thumbs up as they go. Yeah. Are you marking all your stuff, T-Rep? Yeah. Yeah, I guess when I start going through everything here, which I'm going to have to do really pretty soon, I'm going to start uh, marking stuff, setting aside, and just tossing the other stuff. Because one thing I don't think I want when I go, I don't want my wife and kids having to go through all this clutter of my treasure and other people's garbage. You know, other people's trash, my treasure and their trash. I get rid of what a lot of people call trash. And that way, nobody else will have to deal with it but me. Okay, you guys, this is about you. Start saying something. Get people to chat. I sure appreciate you guys coming in. And we get up to 8 or 9 people, and then people are looking for something else, which is okay, or on the way. But on the way out, there's other people on the way in. Oh, what I wanted to say about that thing, I didn't finish it. When it comes up, it tells you how many viewers you had come in, what your chat is. I don't know. That goes up and down, and sometimes you guys will be chatting away, and it'll say zero chat uh, information. But sometimes it goes up to one, sometimes two. I think it's gone up to three one time, where a lot of people talking and everything. I think it went up to three one time when I was doing a giveaway, and everybody was talking. But then I have to stop drinking coffee because it is a riddle, you know. um, so anyway, the viewers. Like yesterday said I had 60 viewers that came in. I didn't see 60 people. There was only like 3 or 4 of anybody that was talking. I don't see William E. here today. He's usually here every day. He always comes in. I think he's only missed a couple. Gregory Freeman wasn't here yesterday, but I'm glad to see you here today, buddy. T-Rep, sure glad to see you here today. Haven't seen you in a while. Sunfish has been coming in more and more. I appreciate that, Sunfish. Coining around, always reliable. I appreciate you guys more than you know. Walker, Walker has become one of my frequent viewers, and I don't see blistering barnacles today. Oh, all about you. Really? It's all about you is a Tupac song? Really? That's amazing. Not family friendly. That's good to know too, because, while I like a lot of that music, I don't like the music when it's got a lot of language in it. I just think that there's no room for the language in that music. And it's like the artists that I like to listen to sometimes do songs without the language, and I really like them. And sometimes they use the language, and I just can't sit and listen to those songs. Thank you for telling me it's not family friendly, even though I'd like to hear what it's about. It's all about you. There's an artist that I've picked up listening to, Tom McDonald. Tom McDonald, and he's been around for quite some time, I guess. Um, and he's got both. He's got music with no foul language, and he's got music with foul language, and I can listen to the ones that he's got that's got no foul language, but the foul language in the when he's using it, if he uses it once or twice, or if any artist uses it once or twice, okay. But if it's every verse, just not my cup of tea. But everybody knows that. I try to be the best I can be, and I don't always get there, but I'm trying. Come on, you guys. It's all about you. T-Rap, what's going on up in your arena? Still cold up there, I would imagine, right? You still coming down in April? You still going to come to the Southern California area in April? Trying to roll coins? Have you got a lot of coins saved up? I think I'm gonna go back to the bank and get another tub of coins for the end of this week. I want to try and get out hunting at least twice this week so you guys aren't bored having to look at me here. Oh, okay. Okay, I understand. You're not subbing today. I totally understand. I'm sorry. 'Cause that means you're making money, right? So, uh, I understand that too. There's places I cannot go because I don't get a raise. On the Vatican, that's not saying much. Okay. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to make that remark. That wasn't cool. Okay. On the Vatican's playlist, huh? They overcharged you $110. Well, that's not bad if you switch the store credit out for Morgan's. As as long as they're real. I bought a Morgan at auction, and they kind of looked at me funny when I wanted to test it. I wanted to, test the weight of it and the whether it was magnetic or not. They kind of looked at me funny when I stuck a magnet to it. Yeah, yeah, two pack. Yeah, that is funny. Yeah, Tupac, you made me hungry for grapes. I went out and got some grapes this morning. Gregory, have you been out metal detecting at all? Yeah, the other day you were eating grapes, and I got to get some grapes. I love grapes. You know, when I was a kid, um, my mom and dad bought a house um, when I was 3 years old. And from the moment I could walk out the back gate, and there was a huge vineyard of Thompson seedless out there. So when the grapes were ripe, before I was big enough at 7, between the age of 5 and 8, I guess, if my mom and dad were ever looking for me while the grapes were ripe, they knew where to find me. They'd go out to the grape vineyard and look for me out there. Yeah, the green Thompson seedless, about that big. Yeah, they nice sized grapes. And then when I turned 7, my we had my grandmother had a piece of property that had a lot of nuts on it, walnuts and almonds. So um, we bought that property from her a little later, but from the time I was 5 or 6, my grandmother and grandfather owned that property. So we had lots of nuts to eat, the vineyard in back of us, and then we had people that had orchards everywhere where I lived. I mean, there were peach orchards and apricot orchards and walnut orchards and almond orchards, and not very many citrus orchards, mostly nuts, peaches, apricots, um, nectarines, and lots of grapes everywhere. Purple grapes, green grapes, red grapes. And so you know, we had lots of neighbors to trade with and everything. Fruit was no big deal. Oh, plum orchards. We had plum orchards. Um, but needless to say, at 7 years old, outside my dad's regular job, my mom even worked at the bank back then. She worked too. And we would go out when the fruit was ripe. And from the time I was 7 on up, we would go out and pick fruit, cut grapes, and we made extra money. Even at 7 years old, I made money towards my school clothes and stuff by picking uh, fruit. And a lot of times the women worked more in the cutting sheds and stuff, and the men would go out in the fields and orchards and vineyards and everything and pick the fruit. Um, Worked a lot of tomatoes. We There's shakers and pickers. Have you ever heard that saying? Shakers and pickers? Because shakers and pickers in a tomato field, there's a plow that comes along and cuts the plants off at the root. And the shaker comes behind the plow, picks up the tomato plant and shakes it, shakes all the tomatoes off of it. All the ripe tomatoes come off. Sometimes the green tomatoes stay on, and then they pick up that bush that has green tomatoes on it, and they use green tomatoes in salsas and stuff like that. So if there are any green tomatoes that don't come off the vines, they take care of them that way. But all the ripe ones fall on the ground, and then the picker comes behind the shaker and picks up all the tomatoes and puts them into lugs. So if you ever heard that term and didn't know where it came from, shakers and pickers, or pickers and shakers. Either way. Happy chappy! Peace, brother. Nanu nanu. I can't do that anymore. Nanu nanu. Can't do it anymore. Nanu nanu. Yeah, arthritis has done me in. So this is about you guys, and I don't hear any of you saying anything. Good to see you too, Happy Chappy. So we're getting close to that 20 mark. Absolutely wonderful that you guys are coming in and hanging out. Even the ones in the background, thank you for coming in and hanging out. You don't have to talk to me, but hopefully my watch hours are up over 4,000 now. I won't find out until I get that silly PIN number that YouTube's supposed to be sending me. And so far it's been 2 weeks since I got all this straightened out. And my identification payment thing. Who would call you that? You know what? I I don't have, you I have been known to say something to somebody out of turn, but there's no call for that on here on any live. On any live, there's no call for anybody to call people names. Hmm. This isn't the place for. This is a social arena. All of it, the whole, the whole of everything here. What we do is all social. It's only for good times. There's no rant and raving here. I hope it never happens here. And just like coining around, I have a family friendly channel here. So uh, we're here to be friends because likely we'll never meet in person. You know, like T Rep said he might be coming down in April, and then now he's not. Well, in uh, in a few days, I'm going to be 74 years old. So, uh, you know, some of you guys are just going to be my social friends right here. Right here. Tupac and I are going to try and hunt next month or the end of this month sometime, right? Before he goes back to Missouri. And Gregory and I have hunted so far. We'll get together again someday. And, there's not very many people that live close enough to me. So I want to keep all my friends here. See, everybody's entitled to have a bad day, but not here. Not on these channels. That's all wrong. Just because you're in a different spot and you're not reachable, you're not, you know, no no reason, no call for any of that kind of stuff. No, I don't even call my close friends names like that. Not in jest. That's not cool. I might call myself that, but I would never call you as my friend. Gregory has a Garrett 300 and a 400. And did you get the coil fixed on your 300, Gregory? Yeah, not nice, T-Rep. Still here, Gregory? I'm almost to 20. Then I'll be looking for 30. Nice. You gonna go vote? Yep, that was my first thing to talk about today was everybody has the right to say something. Everybody has their right to their preference. Go vote. I don't care who you vote for. Go vote. And go and do it unless you're physically unable to do it. Go and do it. None of this mail-in garbage. That, that really upset me to see that they sent a mail-in vote to every single person. What a waste. What a waste of money. What a waste of time. A mail-in vote. And then they're saying, oh, it has to be mailed by election day, by the day of vote. It had to be mailed today. So what? today is the day you vote, and by tomorrow, the count should be in. Absolutely no ifs, ands, or buts. Unless you're physically unable and you request a mail-in vote because you're physically unable to go, if you're snowed in, if you're, I mean, truly snowed in, and there's no way for you to go, if you're sick, if you're disabled in some way. Nice. East Tennessee rocks. Hey, Tennessee Machine, what's going on? You guys are awesome. All right, we're on our way to 30. Let's go, let's go. So, yeah, I think this mail-in thing, I don't go for it. So your busy season, what exactly? You're back to work now. Your busy season started already, right? At the end of February, this is the 1st of March, so you must be busy already. Yeah, I didn't see you yesterday, buddy. Missed you. Oh yeah, the boat docks. That's right. I knew. I think BC runs a tugboat, right? And T-Rep is a teacher, and you run the docks. Nice. You're going to take your magnet down there and keep the dock area clean? Might find some fishing knives or something. So remember what my title is. It's about you. So for me to know about you, you got to say something. Nice. You're going to have to show us some things this summer. If you find anything really neat, you're going to have to show us. If you email me a picture, I will show them off on my thing here. Or you can just post your channel and we'll go to your channel and see it after my live's done. I bet they do. Pulling stuff out of their pocket, dropping them out of their boat. I had a friend one time. And we were out on this 19-foot aluminum boat in the Delta up in around Stockton area, and between Stockton and San Francisco. Big Delta area where the ships come in, and we were in uh, one of the back washes fishing, and the guy that owned the boat, he'd had a few to drink, and I was just a kid, so I wasn't drinking, but he was, and my dad was, and we had caught a few fish, but he had this reel, and I guess it was an old reel because every time he threw out, he'd put his gear on, put his hook and his swivel and his sinkers on, and we were fishing for catfish at the time, and he'd throw it out, and as soon as he'd throw it out, it would pop off, and the line would break. We had old line on the reel, and instead of switching reels, we always carried reels. So if you had a problem with one, you wouldn't have to quit fishing. You know, you always carry extra reels. Easy to change. Just one little screw nut, pop off the reel and put another one on. He threw his whole pole into the river, into the wash. He just threw it as far as he could throw it because he was had too much to drink, and he was mad that his line kept breaking. I think it broke 3 times on him right in a row. You have divers on speed dial? Nice. But that was funny. People do the weirdest things when they're drinking. I know I've done a few things until I stopped. Got to the point where alcohol was more of a menace than a nicety. Let's put it that way. Yeah, can a tile saw be used? It should be able to do the job. A tile saw, a rock saw, they're pretty much the same thing, aren't they? The blades. I saw this new thing. I'm going to check and see how much it costs. It was on Instagram. I wonder, did I save that? Because I know you can get a blade for your. Um, did I save it? No, that's not it. Yeah, yeah. Check this out. Let me check this thing out.
Any builder will be smart to invest in tools like this 360-degree grinder. You can fit on any flat surface. The mount is adjustable to any angle you need. Now, if you get it to the right angle and fit your angle grinder on there, you'll get yourself a vintage grinder that frees up your hands for precise work. Polishing, rust removal, sharpening, you're going to breeze through everything with this baby. It's a sound investment for all your DIY projects and jobs. Any builder will be smart to invest in tools.
So what do you think about that thing? You guys have a angle grinder?
Any builder will be smart. It's a really strong 46.
I want to see how much that thing costs. Because that would be a really good thing to have for your angle grinder. Then you get a blade for your angle grinder, and you got a rock saw. Yeah, that was cool, huh? It's a really cool bracket because I use a vise, and I don't want to squish my angle grinder, but I have put my angle grinder in a vise. That bracket would be really cool to have. Hey, freaking awesome! Hey, how you doing today? How's everything? Thank you for the share. Thank you so much. Look at there. I'm on my way to 30. That's very cool. Okay, T Rep. Hey, good to see you. Thanks for coming in. God bless. Take care. Stay safe. Later, Gator. Check out my title. It's about you. So if you got something to say, something to talk about, today I wanted you guys to bring up the topics to talk about. Only two topics that I want to talk about today, and that's vote. Go vote. See? Oh, I took off my shirt. Oh, I changed shirts. I had my vote thing. I better, you know what? Better get that off there. If I don't, let's see here. There we go. See, I voted. So that's the one thing that I wanted to talk about today was that you have the right to say what you want. You have the right to vote for who you want. You have the right to go and do it and not let anybody stop you from voting for who you want. That's one of our inalienable rights. So don't let anybody try to keep you from voting. Yep, just do it. And the other thing was, along with, I think that if you're an adventurer, if you're a treasure hunter, if you're a detectorist, if you're a magnet fisher, if you're out and about and doing things and just always on the go, get yourself one of these to carry in your car so that you always have, if you leave your lights on, if you run your battery down for any reason, then you have this. You don't have to rely on somebody with jumper cables to flag down a car or anything else. A power supply. It'll charge your phones in an emergency. It's an emergency light, so it has a great light. Got three different settings. It's got emergency flashers, and I'm not advertising the brand, not advertising any one of them, but there's a few out there. So this is a must if you're an adventurer. Huh? Okay, freaking awesome. Okay, yeah, why not? If you ride a bike, you fly a kite. So that um, a roadside card, so you're never stuck anywhere. There'll be somebody that can come and get you. You don't have to rely on a friend that uh, is in the middle of something important to do. You don't have to wait. Roadside card and a power box. It's something that you have to have as an adventurer. That's just my opinion. Okay? And I'm just sharing it. What I saw you talking about mosquitoes, freaking awesome. Uh, Coffee grounds are said to get rid of mosquitoes. So if you take coffee used or not, you can take used coffee grounds or fresh coffee grounds and cascade them all over your yard. You won't have mosquitoes in your yard, and sprinkle them around your house and in front of your doors, and they won't come in. That's what I heard. So you guys are all very awesome. I'm much appreciated. You are much appreciated. I'm much appreciated too by somebody. Going around says I'm much appreciated. That you are. Moreover, you guys are. So it's about you. Give me something to talk about. Talk about your experience. Anything exciting? Anything funny? So sometime today, go vote. 100 minutes, and I've got 22 or 23 likes. Nice. Thank you guys for hitting the thumbs up button. Appreciate that. Thank you, Tennessee Machine. But we are having fun today. Let's see if there's something else here that I don't think there is. Where's, let's see. All my saved stuff, I don't think I saved anything else that pertains to you all. I wanted to try this. And that's a magnet out of a speaker. I did not realize that magnets would turn on LED lights. So something really simple for emergencies. You don't have to make it look like that, but you can take like a lantern and gut it and put an LED light in it and a magnet, and you'd have an emergency lantern, emergency light. I did not realize. So I want to try it to make sure it does, but this guy here says that you can take a speaker magnet and make an emergency light out of it. If that works, that would be an awesome emergency light, wouldn't you think? Because a magnet's not going to demagnetize that easily. It's not holding any electricity. So if that works, thanks, freaking awesome. I appreciate your humor. I really do. As long as everybody keeps it family friendly, I really appreciate the humor in everything I do. I do. I do. You can make solar panels out of LEDs. Really? I'm gonna have to look that up and see if you can, like, take a string of LEDs and make a solar panel out of it. I like tidbits of information like that. I'd like to make one of my streams just into that. Everybody bring a tidbit of information that has been proven, something that they know that works that they can share with everybody. That's nice. LEDs would be cheaper than solar panels because if you have now, it's just the itty bitty LEDs, or can you take like that light bulb that showed on that one thing and just screw a whole bunch of light bulbs together? But then they would cost for the electrical outlet or the electrical sockets. Really? Now that if that works, freaking awesome. That is that's really if you just got LED lights and started stringing them around your house. Just go up and down on your roof. Well, that would be really interesting to see. You'd probably have to have a solar panel transformer. You know what? I I really trust you on that. I'm going to look up some information and see what you have to do to make it work. Okay, they're talking about using LED lights off solar because they run on DC and you don't have to have a converter. Mind LED lights with solar panels is a winning idea. All right, you're backed up. You're backed up, freaking awesome. You're backed up on that. It says right here, uh, combining LED lights with solar uh, paneling is a winning idea. They look good and work well. Oh, that's just combining them using solar to light them. Can you charge battery operated LED lights like LED flashlights are also able to charge solar lights? So another way to charge solar lights when you don't have access to indoor lighting. So you can charge your solar panels. Hmm. Here's a video. It says how I made solar panel using LED. Okay. Well, there's a guy here that's got a video up how to make a LED solar panel. Me Bosh. Wow, that's a really cool thing to know. Freaking awesome. You know, if you think about it, if you took a whole bunch of LED lights, and those little LED lights are bright. This is LED light. That's bright. Now, there's a few of them in there. There's like 3, 6, 9, 12, 14, 12, uh, 15, 30 of those lights in there. But that's bright. So if you made if you got LED lights and made like a backing, made like a huge solar panel, could not only gather electricity during the day, but at night you could switch it and use it as a light to light up your backyard. Or even if you made smaller panels, you could light your house with them. Now all you have to do is get the uh, transformer, or maybe I guess just a converter and then a battery or two, That would be that would be a project. That would be a fun project to build a solar panel out of LED lights. Some see you learn something new every day, especially when you listen to other people. And sometimes people are blowing smoke, but freaking awesome doesn't happen to be blowing smoke today. He had a really useful tip, really useful. Freaking awesome, you are awesome. I'm going to have to go and check out your shorts on that. Anybody else got any helpful tips? Come on. So, yep, today is about you. If you've got a tip, helpful tip, something that works for you, let us know. Really, you have $1 flashlight and turn it into 100. Okay. That would be something useful. You're telling me you can take $1 flashlight and sell it for $100 after you're through with it? That's a cool deal. Everybody make sure that you go and check out Freaking Awesome's site. It looks like he has got some really useful videos up. Awesome. Now I know why you go by Freaking Awesome, awesome, awesome. And here I was thinking you were mainly a guy with, just a really good sense of humor. But you have some good useful tips. That is really awesome. Treasure Hunter Neil, nice to see you, buddy. Well, now we know a lot more about Freaking Awesome. That's what I was talking about. It's about you. That's what I want it to be. I want to learn more about you guys. So, you guys got something? Hey, T-Rep, you back? Yeah, everybody check out Freaking Awesome's channel. Oh, I'm sorry you're not feeling well, Neil. Well, we'll pray you feel better very soon, okay? I hope if you're not feeling well, I hope you say so we can all pray for you to get better because, that's coming into spring now. Oh, I can say something. I can mention it every time I'm on this weekend. Saturday night, guess what? Time jumps forward for all y'all in the States. What? One is bad enough, one of the other. But to have both of them happen, I've had something before that might have seemed like shingles, but I don't think that I've ever had shingles. Don't really want them. Everybody that's had them tells me how uncomfortable and painful they are, and and I don't want to ever get them. And I just not too long ago, a couple months ago, was taking my scrap in and loading my truck, and I had some metal underneath some wood, and I was pulling on it and twisted the wrong way and threw my hip out. And man, did that was killer. I hadn't felt a pain like that, a sharp pain like somebody hit me full force in the buttocks with a sledgehammer. I mean, it hurt. My leg drew up into like fetal position, boom, knee came all the way up to my chest. And I kicked my leg out as hard as I could, and it went crack and, popped it back in. So if throwing out your pelvis is anything like that, I'll tell you what, I empathize with you. But I was scared. I was really scared because I just got my feet all healed up and everything. Well, I was still working on that toe on my left foot, and luckily that didn't throw me down because I lost all those toes before. I just every year kept going down for months at a time and just couldn't get forward motion at all. I was always off my feet and did not want to get off my feet again. And uh, I did not want to get a hip replacement. And for weeks, my hip hurt and I limped around, but I just kept exercising it. And I went and got X-rays to make sure that I didn't have any cracks or breaks. And uh, they told me that it was worn. And at my age, you expect that to be worn because I have always moved a lot, walked a lot, um, and so wearing joints out is not it's not a rare thing for somebody my age that has moved for so long. So yeah, I just did not want to have a hip replacement because I know what those things are, you know. And I've had friends that have knee replacements, don't want one of those. But anyway, I was so glad that the pain went away, no sciatica from it or anything. Really happy about that. Spent 4 days in the hospital. Well, you just dislocated it. You didn't break anything, so uh, they didn't need to do anything to you. You know, when they give me pain pills, uh, I take them until the pain gets down to where my normal pain threshold is around 3 or 4. And then as long as it doesn't go above 3 or 4, which is almost a daily thing, someplace in my body is hurting 3 or 4. Uh, so it would be real easy to get on to pain pills and take pain pills and to get rid of the pain. But then that's unrealistic because, well, for one thing, they're not going to give you pain pills for that long because of the new laws and everything. For another thing, uh, you feel really good. Well, you take the pain pill, and then as soon as it wears off, you feel terrible. So if I'm going to feel terrible, I'd like to have it an even keel where I'm feeling terrible all the time. Not so much. I'm feeling okay down here, feeling really great, and then all of a sudden I don't have a pain pill, and then I'm up here and my pain level goes sky high. So as long as I can control it with this rather than a pain pill. Yeah, that's your channel, right? BNS, Neil? Because I see you come on and make comments on my thing as BNS. It's one of the things about starting to talk about pain, and you start talking about pain, and the pain starts kind of creeping up on you because you start thinking about it. Because my right shoulder really aches a lot. I had a doctor tell me that I was uh, petrifying. He said, "Don't worry about it. You're petrifying, you know." So that means I'm so old that I'm being petrified. What are you trying to fix, Neil? Being us is wrong. They won't let you fix it. What are you trying to fix about it? What's wrong about it? Yeah, I'm part of the petrified forest. Got bursitis and arthritis everywhere. So a leave helps me a little bit on that. If it gets too bad, I do take a leave because it does help with the inflammation. Why won't they let you change it? I thought you could change anything, change your name anytime. Is it just because of the way you want to write it? They won't let you write it that way? I know I had to get my email address. I had to put dots in between all the words, or they wouldn't let me put it in. I'm getting closer. I'm up over almost halfway to 30. This has been real enlightening. Freaking awesome. Had some really cool things about LED lights. Check out Freaking Awesome's site. Check out Coining Around. Coining Around has, check out Treasure Hunter Neil too, and BNS. And check out T-Rep's channel. And um, looks like it's just down to a few of us here. If you've got something really neat on your channel, uh, there are people that come in. I have several hundred people that come in. Don't know whether they're new or just people that are my subscribers that like to come in afterwards. They don't come into the live, but they come in afterwards and watch. Sunfish, check out Sunfish too. What's that? You have to cleaning a what's a PPSH? A World War II weapon. What you got? I have a couple of rifles carcasses. They're not. One is working Russian uh, rifle, and one is a Japanese rifle from World War II that doesn't work. It needs a bolt. Actually, it's missing the bolt. It's Russian. I have to send you a picture of my. I believe that it is a Russian rifle and my Japanese rifle, even though it's not all there. I'll have to send you a picture. BC, good to see you. Oh, that's good. Well, you could single shot it, right? You could test it and single shot it. Nice to see all you guys. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up so I know that everybody's here. So yeah, I have to dig that Russian rifle out. I don't think I can get to it right here. Yeah, I do have it handy right here. I believe this is Russian, but doesn't have a magazine. It takes a clip like a M1. Um, and anyway, the bolt's stuck on it. And I haven't tried to force it because I can't pull the bolt back. BC's in the witness protection. So anyway, you know what? I'm wrong. This is not the Russian one. I think this is the Japanese rifle. I'm sorry, it's got Japanese right here. It's not the Russian one, it's the Japanese one. That's the one I grabbed. I think the Russian one is the one that's missing the bolt. So, uh, my dad picked this up, and I don't know where he got it, but when he passed away, I inherited it, and I haven't done anything with it yet. Jesse, how's it going? Yes, it's Japanese right there. I realized that I grabbed the Japanese rifle. I knew I had one Russian and one Japanese, and I don't. I reached in and grabbed the wrong one. But it's hey, keep digging. Thanks for coming in, saying hi. Make sure you hit the thumbs up before you leave if you have to, because need to know how many people were here. So that's the Gretzky of Japanese rifles. Well, I should probably really clean it up. Uh, there's somebody, I don't know whether seems to me that this used to have a stock that came all the way up here. This is just like in this area here, someplace there was a band, and the second piece of stock came all the way up, I think, to make it original. Costs more than that probably to ship it someplace. Yeah, this would be a nice project to clean up. I don't know how to get the bolt because it won't move. I don't know how to get the bolt out of it yet. I know the no, I can't. I know the chamber works here for the magazine. So I wonder. Nope, that didn't do anything different. Anyway, I probably. I wish that it would come back because I think that would fire if I had ammo for it, and I think it would actually fire. I have to see what I can do about getting the bolt to move. Stick to his guns. All right, BC. You know what? That's really funny, freaking awesome. I can still read that. What's that, Sunfish? Is that your site? Oh, how to disassemble that rifle? That's that site that you gave me? That link? That might show me how to pull the bolt then, huh? I'll have to check that out almost immediately. Yeah, I kind of don't want to sell. Uh, I don't even know whether I can get ammunition for that. You said it's a 99? Let's see. 7.7. Yeah, you can get 7.7. Well, thanks for the info, Sunfish, on how to disassemble that rifle because that's, thank you, Sunfish. It's one thing that I want to do is I want to get the rifles and shotguns that I have all cleaned up and fixed and uh, get enough ammo to take them out and test them out and make sure they sighted in. Because I've got a few that I need to sight in, make sure they are sighted properly. I appreciate that. You know, one thing I haven't looked lately because I stopped looking for a while. You couldn't buy black powder anywhere, not even smokeless black powder. You know, there was so many places that wouldn't sell it anymore. And I'd call the gun shops; they wouldn't have it on hand. Is that place with the ammo? Does that sell black powder? Because I got a lot of lead that I want to melt down, and I want to get a 50 caliber um, ball maker, you know, mold, because I have a 50 caliber rifle and a 50 caliber pistol, and I want to turn all the lead that I find, which I find considerable amount of lead. I want to turn all that lead into 50 caliber balls. Stereotyped. Okay. Hey, David Carlisle. How are you today? Anything exciting happening in your area over there? Yeah, I haven't checked Bass Pro Shop, but all the gun shops in my area don't carry black powder anymore. Or they didn't a few months ago when I was looking for it. They might now, but there for a while, uh, black powder was just non-existent. The gray powder guns. Yeah, there's no more black powder guns. They're gray powder guns now. Powered X. Yeah, I heard about that too. Um, the Pyrodex, isn't that the little uh, discs, loading discs? It's not in powder form. It's actually discs. You put the discs in your when you muzzle loaders. Yeah, I'm going to have to get something like that so that I can test my black powder guns because you know muzzle loaders are a lot of fun. Thanks, BC. Appreciate that. I will be checking out Sunfish's channel for sure. Pyrodex is a powder company. Yeah, I'd heard of it before. I couldn't believe, that I couldn't even get uh, caps. I wasn't able to find caps or black powder. Just I could find ball and I could find loading equipment and molds and stuff like that, but I couldn't find any powder at all anywhere at the time I was looking. I called all over the United States or sent messages all over the United States, and nobody had powder or caps. And I gave it up. So I thought, well, I'll wait a while. And it's been a while, so I can start checking now. Now that I have Pyrodex there as a solid, I'd heard of it. And I think I'd heard of it by the little discs or little cylinders of powder that you use, and you just gave you explicit load. I think this is what I was reading about it. So if you wanted a specific load, you could buy the loads, and they would be just like you just have to put the thing in and tamp it down. No pouring in and guessing. Thank you. Boy, lots of information. Freaking awesome. Get lots of information on LED lights and solar, and now I'm getting lots of information on my black powder and my rifle so that I can maybe fix it. Yeah, that's wrong. That's wrong. You know, that's government at its worst. Okay, I just looked up what that was. BC. uh, I know how that is. Freaking awesome. Yeah, I don't know how many I'm following. Let's see if it shows. Well, I don't see where it tells me how many I'm following. I know I've got 4,090 something. How many? How many have I got following me right now? Yeah, 4,094. I almost have 4,100 now. So because I have to go on my computer to find out how many I'm following. I know I'm following quite a few. Quite a few. Hey, Neil, here you go. There you go. You came in as being us. Okay. You got it changed. Nice. What would you have to do? Just wait until it's time to change it? Because I know they have time limits on things. If you change it, you can't change it again for a while. But since I'm not a real big to do in YouTube, I have difficulties communicating with them because um, I'm not a premium customer. Hey, metal detecting treasure time, adventure time. I, that came out wrong. I said thought adventure and said treasure. Don't know why, but anyway, how you doing, Adventure Time? Thank you for coming in. Thank you for being here. Sometimes it takes another hand, and I have a difficult time sometimes understanding what I did wrong. Come on. Got a few more minutes, so I'm going to go back, start my music over again. I don't know whether you guys can hear the music. I try to keep it down where you can only hear it if I'm not talking. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up if you have to leave, especially do it before you go. Thank you. Appreciate every single one of you dropping in today. Been having a lot of good conversations about LED lights being able to make a solar panel, which is really cool. So check out that information in my chat and check out if you have interest in firearms, check out Sunfish. Appreciate all of y'all. This is about you, so if there's something about you that you would like to let everybody know or share information about something that excites you, hey, this is the time to do it. So, really appreciate all of you guys hanging out with me. Hoping that all this time that you're spending with me is worthwhile, that they give me the watch hours that I accumulate during this time. But for the last few weeks, because of my own mistake, that I didn't send in all the information because I didn't think there was any hurry in it because I hadn't earned any money yet. So, but they wanted payment information. And thanks, BC. Appreciate that. Put up any channel because there are people that aren't moderated. that come in and see my, hey, Gene Diggs. Hello, how are you today? Thanks for coming in. Um, anyway, the there are people that do come in that aren't moderated and watch my streams after the fact, post. So uh, put up the channels that you want people to come see, especially if you want more subscribers. You know, it helps. Everyone counts, right? So go ahead and put your channel up. Or if you want to put somebody else's channel up, you can do that too. You prefer to have it treasure hunter Neil now? Okay. So thank you, BC. You guys are awesome for hanging out and information. You have a deep well of information out there that is very helpful. So far, I've gotten two things today that are very helpful to me. I hope this was my opinion about these things was helpful. I think that if you're an adventurer, everybody should have one of these. So if you're out and about, and especially if you're going out into the boondocks, these are very comforting to have in your car. Have this under your seat is because hopefully you'll never need it. But then also the roadside card, so that if you have problems and you need to get towed out of someplace, you know, those roadside help cards are a must. You know, those are my opinions. So I hope that was helpful to anybody, any of that knowledge about whether these things are good to have. I have to check out some of the neat things that Gene Diggs has found down south. I always like to see what people find. Um, I have found quite a few neat things, really cool things, and then I found a lot of treasure trash that I go ahead and show. And it's really funny on my channel how many more people like to look at the treasure trash than the good things. If I post a little pendant or a chain or a ring, more people like to look at a rusty old staple or a nail or some rusty, crusty bit of treasure trash than like to look at gold and silver. So, so you've been using that scoop, Gene? We've got a new, more durable uh, configuration for that because it is 3D printed. Trying to find the best configuration for it, and uh, TCAT has come up with a new texture on it that makes it stronger. That's true. I agree with that. But uh, if you're not gathering trash, my words, treasure trash, you are not detecting. You're out there playing around. You about wore that one out? Me too. I've worn two out. So, but the 3D printing, uh, if we could do them with uh, injection, they would be really fabulous, fabulous tools. Right now, they're great, but they are in some ways a little fragile because of the 3D printing. It's not like uh, it would be if it was mold injected. So um, everything we can do to make them stronger is a plus. And my son came up with a new texture. So the new ones that are online right now have the new texture and they're more durable. They're stronger and still you can't pry at roots and rocks with them. They're still for soft sand, dirt, wood chips, and all of that. But I use mine all the time for topical. You know, I use my uh, I use this scoop right here for topical because if you watch my uh, videos, this is always on my pinpointer, and I can dig with this without having to dig too deep. If it's topical, if it's really close to the surface, this works really great. And we have this for the Garrett and the Mine Labs, so readily we're working on the XP, but I bought an XP pinpointer, and my son's working on the design for it. But so you've been freaking awesome. You've been freaking out, lagging. You want both for Mine Labs and Garrett? The my uh, link in my description. The link to the scoop is in my description for the Mine Labs and the Garrett. So let me make sure that I've got a description in my latest live so that I can, let's see, have a description there. Um, Let me see. Make sure I've got. Hmm? Give me a second here. I just want to make sure I've got my description up. So if anybody wants one of these pinpointer covers with the scoop on it, you can go to my description and go to the link. We already have them discounted so that they're reasonable to get. Um, my phone doesn't want to cooperate this morning. Okay, yesterday's live. You can go to yesterday's live and get my description from there, and the links for the pinpointer covers are there. So absolutely no problemo at all if you want to order one of those. Cool. Have as much fun as you want. Have as much fun as you want. Awesome. So you guys, how do you making things? I can't even see that. Wait a minute. I couldn't even read that. It's so small in there. And you're caught up now? Okay, good. So I gotta make sure I have this problem with when I do lives. I have noticed things change different times. Um, where you can put things into your description and everything, and then the next time you post something, the description will be there. But then you post something another time and there's no description there. You got to go back, gather your description and put it in, or make a new description. I'd like to keep the same description that I've got in there because it's got all that information about it. Thank you, BC. So anyway, I keep forgetting that it's not a thing where the description is always there, and I keep forgetting to move it up to where people can see it. Okay, I'm caught up now. So I don't put the description always in the shorts because nobody goes into the description. Some people don't even know how to go to the description in the shorts. So, Metal Detecting Adventure Time. Thank you for coming in. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up before you leave if you haven't already. And have a great day. I will catch you later. Thank you for coming by. Awesome. Later, Gator. God bless. What? BC? Well, let's see if that goes to that right link. Uh-oh. Couldn't find that page. Does that mean my link doesn't work? Hang on. I got to check my link to make sure it works. There it goes. That link goes to. That's for the Garrett. Let's check the Mind Labs. It's a good point. Make sure that my links are still working. Come on. Mind Labs. No, mine goes there. But it says the link that you put up, BC, if you go to it from my, huh, copy link. Let's see if it goes. Mind Labs pinpointer cover with scoop. Yeah, that one goes. Something went wrong with yours, BC, that you posted. I don't know what. Sometimes it does that when you copy something for some reason. I've noticed that it doesn't copy it correctly sometimes. I've put things in that didn't go where they're supposed to go. Might have been just left off one letter. Yeah, I know. That link and your link, let's check it out. You'll see dot, 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 dot. They look identical, don't they? I don't know why yours sends it off to can't find the page. Oh, did you put a space behind it? Because sometimes if you put a space behind it, it'll add another dot. That might have been it. Because I noticed if I try to make a space, put spaces behind something that I want to do, it'll add a period. HTTP wasn't there. Well, they do work in my description. I make sure of that because I I got to make sure those work, right? Hey, show me Mo. Show me Mo. Let me give you a wrench. How are you? Thank you for coming in. Thanks for. Oh, look at there. I got a big 3-0. That's been a good day today. Thank you so much, you guys. I stayed on a little longer than 2.5 hours here. Maybe I'll just go ahead and go to three. We already did our running around today, so I don't have any place that I'm headed out for. But I do because you saw me just drink a tea, take a drink of coffee. It's a renner. So I'll be right back. Here, uh, let me do this and make sure you guys have music. I'll be right back. We're back. Okay. Time countdown? No, I don't. um, so, what do we got here? Okay. What's going on? So, you probably will be the last one leaving. David Carlisle put another extra dot. Just let me know he's still there. Thank you, David Carlisle, for being there and listening. I'm sorry, freaking awesome. You got lots of lag. I have that once in a while. You know, I don't know what it is. Lately, I've been having a real tough time with my provider. Um, Even when I'm here and I'm on Wi-Fi, uh, my provider's been giving me a bad time. In my lives, I go out hunting, and there for that 2 weeks, I couldn't hardly keep it alive going because it just kept shutting off. And I couldn't figure that out. Sorry you're having lag though. Yeah, David's here. I'm showing like 7 people here, but nobody's talking except you and BC and uh, Show Me Mo just came in, so Show Me Mo should still be here. Give me a thumbs up, Show Me Mo. Yeah. Nope. Drop down to 6. Just quiet. Don't be quiet. Today's about you guys. So far, we found good things out about firearms. We found some good things out about LED uh, becoming solar. So, uh, we're going to need stuff like this. And I shared a thing about turning a magnet into an electrical source to run LED light. So, uh, and then shared my thoughts on a power box for your car, and shared my thoughts on a roadside card so that if you're out there and you're an adventure hunter, uh, you have emergency help for the time being until anything drastic happens. You know, as long as things are in the normal range as far as they can be, these are things that'll be helpful to you. And being able to turn LED lights into solar, that seems like a pretty good deal. Just have to figure out how to convert it into something useful. if you can use LED lights to gather solar and run LED lights, why not? You know, nice. You found a Benjamin Hat. What were you digging? Were you digging a personal permission? Were you digging a park? Were you digging a beach? Were you digging a desert? Were you digging an old ghost town? What were you digging? Show me, Mo. Public park? Nice. Now I found two halves in the public park, but never a silver. They were both Kennedys. Both of them were 1971. And no, I'm sorry. One was 71, one was 74. It don't matter. Show me, Mo. If you ever watch one of my lives, I always tell you if I've been to a park that's been hit. There is something in those parks somewhere that you have not swung over. If it's a big park, who knows where things might be. I found a copper belt buckle that I can't find now. I misplaced it. I don't know where I put that thing. Um, it's a copper belt buckle. Then I've swung over that park, you at least 50 times. I've been in that park at least 50 times and swung over that area, but missed that belt buckle, and it was down there pretty good. Yeah, they and that's why I don't worry about going to a park. And I know people don't like to see me go to the same place all the time. If they see me hunting in a spot they've seen me hunt before, they'll switch away and go someplace else because they don't think I'm going to find anything. But I always find something. Uh, I mean, even stuff like this. I showed this yesterday, but this is old. This is from the 1950s and 60s. It's no older than the 1960s. So I had these when I was like 9, 10 years old, and they were popular back in the 50s. Yeah, every once in a while I'll change the settings and play with the settings on my legend, and I'll swing over the same area and I'll find a lot different stuff. It's really weird what happens when you just go up a notch uh, in your frequencies, change the frequency or change the tones. Just the adjustments are infinite on what you can adjust, and then you might, by changing your settings, you might find something different. Scott McClory, hey, haven't seen you in a while, Scott. Thanks for coming in. You remember that when you were a little kid? They've had all kinds of um, new rocket styles and everything made out of plastic and everything since, but this is from the 50s and 60s. This style, and I found this in the park and just blew me away. So yeah, you can go to the same park, and the park right over here by my house where I found the copper belt buckle, I found two silver plated spoons in there at the same time that I passed over or didn't swing over from before as many times as I've been in. And when you find stuff like this, it's not valuable. I mean, somebody might want it, somebody might think it's valuable. And this one I had to glue together right here because I broke it in half when I dug it up, and that's the tragedy sometimes. But at least I could fix it to where you could see what it looked like, but it is missing uh, the tip off. It's not whole, but uh, but I thought it was awesome. I love relics like this, you know, and I'm not in an area where I can get relics from the 16, 1700s, like you guys on the East Coast and uh, down south in Tennessee and Kentucky and Georgia and Virginia and all of that. No, the spring's still there. Look at look at. Uh, well, there's no spring in it, but it still works. The screw still works. There's no spring in this one. Uh, it just you put the cap in and you screw it down, and then this pops it down when it hits. But I can't throw it because it'll break again. I just got it glued. Yeah, the newer ones did have a spring in it, but this one's one of the screw kinds. This is the older one. This is the 1950s, early 60s. So, but that part still works. It still screws in and in. So, but I thought that was awesome. Yeah. I could show this one every day. I could show people and say, I think this is awesome. But I need to have a little glass cabinet for all of my little finds like this because they're not worth anything to anybody unless somebody collects them and they say, hey, I want that. But if I tried to sell that, I probably wouldn't find very many people that. But it's like finding a button, you know? Buttons aren't worth anything except to collectors, right? But I love buttons. I love brass buttons, uniform buttons and stuff. But it'd be really nice if I could find a big button or a big flat button or something like that, someplace. But we don't have those out here because nobody was wearing those big flat buttons when they lived out here. Not at least not the majority of people. So awesome. So, but I find things like that. Oh, where's that one thing? I think it's right here. I keep talking about this, but this is another thing I found that you don't find every day. This is a uh, gas valve from the 1800s. So I do find some old things, but I mean, I don't know whether this one was made. Uh, it could have been the early 1900s, but they started out making these exactly like this in the 1800s, in the mid 1800s. So I do get to find relics this is in the local park. Not the same park that I found the bomb in, but I love it when you can go out to the same park that you've been to 100 times or even 10 times, and you can go out to that park and swing over the spot that you might have just swung 2 feet on the other side of it, on one side or the other. And then all of a sudden you get a screamer and you find something like this and uh, makes my day. Yeah, it's good. It's filled with dirt. I haven't cleaned it out yet, but it's in really good shape. And these started out in the 1800s. It could be that this one wasn't made until after 1900, but uh, the ones this design started in the 1800s. So that's a cool one. I have oh no, I don't have it here. Anyways, I have lots of treasure trust and stuff that I find in the parks. I can't wait to one day go to a permission someplace and find a place that an old homestead was at, or on the edge of an old ghost town or something, so that I can maybe swing over just something really, really cool. But in the meantime, whatever I find, people get to see. So, and I never get tired of saying this. People like to see my rusty old treasure trash more than they like to see jewelry. But is it just about 2 o'clock? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You know what? I guess I better let you go. I do have some place that I need to go, and I want to tell you guys how awesome it was having you here this Tuesday. And nice shield nickel. Later, Gators. I got to go. Um, I've been on here 3 hours now, 3.5 hours. So uh, have a cool day. I will see you tomorrow, same Incognito channel, same time. Maybe not right here, but maybe someplace else. Freaking awesome. Have a good day. God bless you all for being who you are. You guys take it with ease, and you know, check out the scoop tools for the Garrett and the Mind Labs. I think you'll like them. Let's hunt.